You're telling yourself a lot of lies at the moment, and this is actually limiting your success, your growth, and ultimately your happiness. And people lie to themselves to protect themselves and their ego, to try to accept where they're at right now in their circumstances, but this is really not helping you out. And people have 7 common lies that they tell themselves, and I want to go through every single one here. And I actually got some notes. So the first one that we have here is going to be not having enough time. So people think that they don't have enough time to grow their business, to produce content, to go to the gym, but this is really a limiting belief. You're really just not focusing on the right things. If you think about the top performers like Alex Ramosi, he's got plenty of time to grow all these different really successful businesses, to go to the gym and get all this stuff done. And he is able to do this with prioritization. So you're probably just spending a lot of time doing the wrong things. So in your business, you're probably spending a lot of time on mundane, repetitive admin tasks. You're probably spending a lot of time every single day on things that aren't really productive, watching Netflix, following sports, knowing all the stats of your favorite athletes. You're just not spending your time maybe very productively. And so you have this fallacy thinking that you don't have enough time to work on the things that matter, but you really do. You just need to prioritize what's going to make an impact in your business and in your life. So I think a lot of people have this limiting belief of lack of time. You just need to reorganize your day. The way that I organize my day is that I try to go to the gym first thing so I can't miss it. I start the day with a win. I feel good. I get the blood flow going. And then right after that, I do my deep work. So I'm going to do anything related to clients or producing new assets for my free or paid community. And I'm also producing content like this. So I just went to the gym and now I'm recording a video. So basically I make it impossible not to make progress. And then in the afternoon I take all my calls and then I do all the tedious work. So I try to front load all the productive work so I can really get things done. And I also have time to sometimes watch Netflix and relax at the end of the day, but I prioritize how I organize my schedule, which is the most important thing. So you definitely have more than enough time. You just need to figure out exactly what's going to actually matter inside your life and in your business. So let's go over the next one here. The next one is I'm not good at X. So this is basically just limiting yourself and fixing on a certain aspect that you might have been bad at one point in your life. And this is just too bad because we're all bad at everything at first, but we get better with trial and error. So you need to try to limit this lie as well, because at the end of the day, we all have to learn from somewhere. And so I think a lot of these lies come from having some kind of circumstance in which we tried something out and it didn't necessarily work out. And now you have this limiting belief that I'm never going to be good at it, basically. Maybe you tried approaching a girl one time and it didn't work out and she shut you down just because of maybe you didn't smell good that day, or maybe she wasn't in the mood or whatever. And now you think that forever I'm just not good with girls in general. Or maybe you tried hopping on some sales calls and you just didn't have a good quality lead and this person shut you down and you think, oh, I'm just bad at sales. Maybe you tried producing some content as your first video and you didn't get 1 million views, so oh, I'm just bad at content. It's just a one-time thing. You don't need to limit yourself with these one-off circumstances, because I promise you everyone starts somewhere. All these top dogs at everything, they had to start from zero. And so if there's anything that you really want to do but you think you're not good at, just put in the reps, basically. Something that I've actually come to like recently and get better at is running. So I used to run CrossFit in high school. I just did it to try to stay in shape. I really did not like it. I would actually come up with any kind of excuse to miss practice, and I'd kind of skip the lines and avoid the entire run, basically. So, or not the official one, but like practice. And I just really didn't like running. But now that I live in Fort Lauderdale in such a beautiful environment, I really didn't like it. But now I try to position myself in a way that I can get something out of it. So now I get to run. I enjoy the beautiful environments. I get to put on a podcast and learn something while I run. And so I just put in a lot of reps, just basically trying to stay productive and learn. So I was kind of distracted by the activity I didn't used to like. And now I run 6 miles, honestly, very easily. I just run from my house to the beach and back. It's about 6 miles round trip. And I actually kind of like running now, right? So I didn't think I was good at running. I couldn't really run that much at all. But then I practiced, I found a way to make it enjoyable, and now I figured it out. So I really don't think that you should limit yourself if you don't think that right now I'm not good at this thing. If you really believe that you're not good at something, you won't be good at it as well. Your brain is really a self-fulfilling machine, basically. So if you think you're not good at something, your brain is going to naturally produce that result. So that's why people talk about affirmation so much, because you're retraining your mind to produce that result and expect certain results. So if you're in your mind expecting bad outcomes, that's what's going to happen. So you need to really try to limit all this self-deprecating mindset that you have towards certain activities, especially those that are going to actually help you in business and in life, and try to reframe it. Just try to reframe it and get a little bit more positive towards certain activities. You're not going to be good at everything, right? If you're expecting to be an NBA player and you never played basketball before, that might be a little unexpected, right? You probably won't become an NBA player anytime soon if you're not working towards that when you're really young and you're built for it. But most activities you can improve and figure it out. So I think that's definitely true. All right, let's go to the next one here. So I'll be happy when. So I think this is a really big limiting belief as well. A lot of people, they look up to all the celebrities, all the influencers online, and they see them with these really nice cars, really big houses, and they think that, you know, once I get there, that's when I'll finally be happy. And this is really not the case. I mean, I know that, for example, for me, when I was wanting to get a new truck, for example, this is the current truck that I drive right now, is my dream truck. So when I was in high school, I had a car, then I wanted to get a truck, and so I bought like a Silverado. That Silverado kept breaking down because I had like a moving business and I was just beating it up completely. And so every time I had money to basically improve it, something broke down. So I was never able to really lift it and get some nice tires on there and everything. So eventually, once I graduated college, I actually bought this dream truck, and so I felt good about it for like a month, and then it's just a car, right? So you've probably expected this or experienced this yourself as well. You wanted to get a really nice TV, it's gonna change your movie night. You wanted to get a new product out, you thought it'd be like the best thing ever. Once you start your business, I'll be free, right? Like, usually our expectations are so high, then reality kind of humbles you a little bit. But I think the way to really frame this a lot better is that you should try to set smaller goals so that you do get that dopamine rush, and give yourself little rewards along the way. Because at the end of the day, there's not going to be any one time, there's not going to be one final destination that just makes you happy all the time, every day. That's when you see these celebrities, unfortunately, get really depressed and everything. Although they have all the fame, all the money, all the girls for men, that's not actually what makes them happy, right? And I think the way to kind of manufacture happiness is to set those small goals and reward yourself as you do it. So for me, for example, I had a goal of wanting to hit a certain income. And then once I hit that target, then I booked a trip. When I was able to pay off a certain debt that I had originally, I then got a nicer apartment. And so I'm not setting my targets on one final thing, but every time I accomplish something, I can reward myself, basically. So you can create these small dopamine wins throughout your journey. And what you'll see is that you'll actually start to enjoy the process as well. Because again, there's no final destination in business or in life. You're always striving to improve. And I think if you can find ways to kind of experience wins throughout the process, not just that final destination, not only when you have that $1 million business is when you're going to be happy and you can buy the huge house, maybe you can set some small targets. So for example, once you hit 10K a month, maybe you can buy yourself a nice TV or something. Once you hit $30,000 a month, maybe you can get that Porsche you wanted. Once you hit $50,000 a month, now you can rent a boat and have like a fun weekend. Once you hit 100K for me, I want to buy a plane. So that's kind of my target right there. So not a huge jet. I want to buy a propeller plane. My goal is to get my private pilot's license at some point this year. So I have a target at first to hit a certain goal financially, and if I hit that, then I can buy the certification basically, or the training to become a pilot. And then I have a next goal in which if I hit that, then I can actually buy myself my own plane. So I can rent planes obviously, but I think it'd be so cool to have like that freedom of having your own plane in the hangar. You can just take off wherever you want. I live in South Florida, so I could easily fly to the Caribbean or the Bahamas, the Keys. So that'd be like awesome. So that's what I'm kind of striving for. But basically I have like these small goals. So that's one of them. I have another goal. If once I hit this target, I'm going to then move into a house on the canal. That's a goal of mine. I have a goal in which I want to take a big trip to Southeastern Asia. So I just have these little goals that I set all throughout the journey so that I can really look forward to accomplishing this thing. And they're not all financial either. One of my goals is to hit a certain subscriber number on YouTube. That's a goal that I'm working towards. It's not necessarily going to change my life financially, but I think it's going to allow me to have a bigger impact, talk to more people, and it'll trickle into other things. I have goals, relationships wise, just creating like an awesome group down here. I have goals with my business, having a certain amount of clients coming in every month and a certain MRR that we're working towards. So just creating those small wins throughout the process, I think really just makes the whole journey a lot more enjoyable. All right, so then number 4, I don't need to make more money. So this is for those that are kind of maybe settling a little bit in their lives. And I think it's a little unfortunate just because there's so much potential out there in the world. You can really strive to create the dream business, the dream lifestyle. You really don't have to be a millionaire, but if you're at a normal average income bracket, you're just really limiting yourself, and it's so possible to actually achieve these higher numbers. And I think you're really letting those around you down as well. Maybe not emotionally or anything, but you're not providing for them the same way that you could if you actually had the income and the potential to provide for them. So if you have more money, you can just impact so much more. So if you have more money, for one, you can actually take care of your family. You can go on nicer trips. You can have trips that are more memorable because it's just nicer experience and a nicer resort. You can do more activities. If something happens with your family, if someone has some kind of really big health condition, if you don't have the money, what happens, right? They might not have the money themselves. So that could be like a dangerous situation. And overall, I think money just provides freedom to live where you want, to do what you want, to not be controlled by the government and handouts. You have the ability to have different options when it comes to basically anything in life. If you feel that one state, for example, is starting to get a little crazy with taxes, or it's becoming dangerous with homeless people and just crime, you have the ability to move, right? That's what's been happening in California. It's kind of crazy right now. So a lot of people are relocating to Florida. If you don't have the money to move and pay for the movers and just relocating, and maybe you're stuck to a job, you don't have that freedom to do that. So money just provides so much freedom and ability inside your life. You can take care of others, and you should never get comfortable either, because as we've also seen recently, the past couple years, inflation went out of control. I know that rents down here in South Florida literally went up 50% 2 years in a row. I mean, how nuts is that? How nuts is that? So when I first moved down here, a 2-bedroom was around maybe $1,800. Now everything's closer to around $4,000 to $5,000 for a nice 2-bedroom downtown. So just absolute madness in 2 years. And then gas prices went up, electric went up. I mean, everything went up. So if you were comfortable at a certain income level, now you're getting squeezed, right? And I think that's something that's kind of happening to the middle class right now. They're just getting squeezed out, and we're seeing a big separation right now, which usually causes a lot of problems. If you see like the French Revolution and all that, there's too much of a income inequality gap. So, I don't want to get into politics or anything, but it's just very dangerous if you let yourself get exposed like that. Basically, you should always strive to get better. I think as a human, I think it's really important to just go after growth. There's no end point, again, right? You just have to get better every single day. And one of the ways that manifests itself is through your income. So if you're getting better in business and marketing, it's going to represent itself in how much money you actually make. And I think that's such a rewarding experience to be able to just grow, again, money-wise, but also relationships, with physical as well, with your body. So I think it's important to just strive for greatness. Don't settle. You're gonna actually expose yourself, which is dangerous. So, all right, that's about I don't need to make more money. Number 5, I'm not fat. So this is another lie that we tell ourselves. I don't have to get into better shape. I'm okay, right? But fitness is so important. That's why I mentioned that. That's the first thing I do every single day in the morning. I want to not only look good, but feel good in my body. It gives me more confidence as well. And feeling better in your body, confidence, I mean, this is going to show up in your business. When you talk to people, when you network, you just project that so much more. And people are going to really resonate with that. And as a human being, we have a lot of respect for people that take care of themselves as well. So it's gonna be a lot easier for you to network, find a partner, and date, and just overall just attract maybe higher quality people in your life, because it's a high quality person that takes care of their body like that. It takes a lot of work to actually get in good shape, because you have to really be disciplined when it comes to diet. You have to be disciplined when it comes to going to the gym. I work out in the gym 5 days a week. I do cardio basically every single day. So it takes a lot of effort, but once you create that momentum, to me, it's just like expected. It's just expected for me to go to the gym every morning. I really like going to the gym, actually. I've been doing it for so long, and I love seeing progress, the results, and increasing the weight. To me, that's one of those dopamine things. It's like a game. Literally, it's like a game for me. When I go to the gym, I just look at my phone. I set all my different PRs that I hit, so my weight levels. I try to increase the weight as much as I can every single week, and it's like a game. I try to gamify it. I just increase the level, and that just makes me feel good, right? But then also I feel good in my body. A lot of people, they feel that brain fog, they feel slow, they have low energy, and that's gonna affect you so much when it comes to showing up for your business, showing up for your clients, showing up for your kids, for your wife. Just in general, you don't have that kick that's going to allow you to just get the most out of life. And why don't we want to just maximize it at the end of the day? Why not look our very best so we can almost like show off and feel good, right? I want all of you to start thinking about your fitness very seriously, because it's so important. And right now, if you think you're just okay with your body right now, I think one way to kind of understand where you're at is actually take a picture. So if you go in the mirror, we tend to, for some reason, psychologically kind of accept where we're at a little bit more. But if you take a picture of yourself, you're actually going to see it a little bit different. It's almost like you're looking at someone else. So take a picture of yourself, see where you're at. If you're a guy and you don't have a six-pack, honestly, you're just letting us down. You're letting us down. You got to step up a little bit. Dial in your diet. I promise you, it's not that hard. It just takes a little bit of time. All you have to do is just increase your cardio. Try to be in a 500 calorie deficit. So basically just look at your target weight, multiply by 12. That's your calories that you need to do. So usually you should be doing about 500 under your maintenance calories, and then do an extra bit of cardio every single day to burn an extra 200. This could literally be 30 minutes walking, an hour jog, hitting the Stairmaster. That's basically what I do every single time. Or I do boxing, so finding some kind of activity that's good. Going to the gym, you have to get stronger, you have to put on more muscle, because that increases your metabolic rate if you have muscle, because it takes energy to basically maintain muscle, so you need more muscle. And then for women, I don't really have the stats, unfortunately, but basically something along those lines, just a little bit more cardio. Women, it's healthy for them to have a little bit higher body fat percentage, though. I think for men, I'm honestly around 16%, and I still have abs showing and everything. I'm trying to go down to like 14, maybe 13. I don't think I need to go that much lower than that, just because I do enjoy having like little treats here and there, and I can, just because I work out so much and have everything else dialed. But that's the goal. All right, we just got to maximize life. That's overall my target and my ambition here. So that's number 5. I'm not fat. I don't need to work out. You do, okay? So number 6, I'll never make it. So this is something else that a lot of people kind of put themselves down, unfortunately. So this is kind of, again, that self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you think that you don't have the capability, if you think you're not capable, you're not able, that's what's going to happen at the end of the day. And a lot of people just put themselves out of the race before they even get started, which is unfortunate. And I know I was in a really tough spot at one point, because I was looking to at first get funding because I wanted to invest in an opportunity. At the time, it was a really good friend of mine, and I met someone else at a conference. So I had like 2 really interesting investment opportunities that were promising these crazy returns. All I had to do was just get access to money and put it in. And so I qualified for all this funding, and I invested with basically one of my best friends that I made down here in South Florida, and it turned out to be an absolute scam. I lost every single dollar. And so when I was in business, I was basically starting at like negative $100,000. So that's a tough place to be in, right? So then my mindset was, I'll never make it. But I was able to get out, right? I didn't put myself out of the race from the beginning because that's just a shame. I'm not just gonna lie down there, right? It's not how often you fall, but how many times you get up. And I got through it. I just focused on abundance. The fact that I was down a little bit at the moment didn't affect me. I needed to basically make it. I had to make it at this point. So what I did is that I just focused on income. I focused on money coming in, and I really just tried to shape my mindset to get myself into a better position to succeed. So that's what I recommend with this, is basically just really trying to train your mind to expect success. Success is achievable for literally anyone. You just have to understand exactly what that looks like, what the steps are, and just take a step every single day. That's literally how I shape everything in my life when it comes to fitness, when it comes to my business. I just try to win today. So I try to frame exactly what does a good day look like. So for diet, for example, I'm just trying to limit my cheat meal. I give myself like a $200-300 calorie allowance, basically, for like snacks and all that. So as long as I don't go over that at the end of the day, I won my day when it comes to eating and diet. So I know I'm gonna do my cardio and everything. I'm doing my workouts. I guess that's something else I need to win the day. I need to do a workout and I need to do cardio. If it's during the week, if it's during the weekend, I just need to do cardio. If I do workout, cardio, I eat right, physically, I won the day. If it's coming to content or business, right now I'm trying to post 5 YouTube content or 5 YouTube videos every single week. If I record at least 1 video a day, I won the day on that. For business, I need to follow up with prospects. I need to check in with my clients. I need to be productive and doing something that's moving the needle. Again, the focus aspect. I have more than enough time to get everything done, right? So I am not trying to limit myself, but overall, you need to try to expect success. Don't look at the end goal and think it's this insurmountable mountain. It's really not. You just have to actually look at every single hill that kind of leads up to that mountain. Then you can do that. So that's why I kind of make it a little bit easier for me. I just basically set these day-by-day targets. And I know that if I win every single day, that's going to compound to inevitable success. So that's how you should maybe think about that one. And then the final one here is I'm not worthy. So this might happen if you're seeing a lot of other people in your space that are crushing it and you're not at the moment, right? I know this happened to me at first. I was looking to do some Forex trading and I saw my mentor, I saw other guys in the space making hundreds of thousands every single month. And I just figured, maybe I'm just not built for this, right? And I think a lot of people kind of think the same way when it comes to business or relationships. I'm not worthy to get the best girls. But there's a lot of people out there that are achieving these things. They're not smarter than you. They're not better looking than you. They're not in better shape. Maybe the shape thing. Okay, we got to get in better shape here. But overall, there are everyday people succeeding in life, and it comes down to belief. The very first step is belief. If you don't have a very solid foundation when it comes to your mindset and how you approach the world, it's impossible to win anyways. And you're more than worthy. Anyone can accomplish and create the life of their dreams. It's just succeeding day by day and accomplishing those goals that we set and being able to build that confidence through wins. So once you start to create those wins and you set those goals and achieve them, that's going to build that confidence in you. That's going to then produce the incredible results. So everyone watching this is worthy right now, I promise you. I really appreciate you checking in on these videos. I'm hoping to inspire you through my approach to life and in business. I think that I was in a position at first, I was not producing the best habits, I wasn't doing the best daily routine, but I tried educating myself, I tried reframing my mind, I tried basically surrounding myself with better people, listening to better people, and not necessarily better people, but people that were just on a better trajectory, a better path. And I hope that through this process right here, this can also help you a little bit towards your own path in a journey, wherever you're at right now, whether you have a big business or just getting started. I'm hoping that through this shift, you could try to eliminate some of the lies you might be telling yourself and focus more on a trajectory that's going to actually help you create happiness and create success in your business. But that's basically it for the video. I hope you appreciate these car videos. I'm trying to test this out with the actual format as well. So comment down below if you like these videos. If there's any video you'd like me to do as well, just let me know. And overall, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, and also learn about growing your business and getting some business funding so you can actually have the resources to succeed. So let's crush it today, let's win the day, and I'll see you soon.